Well, the leadership team in Idaho Governor Brad Little's cabinet is getting a shuffle. It's going to be a name we're used to seeing attached to financial numbers. Well, that name is about to take over the agency with a $5 billion budget. Chief Political Reporter Joe Paris joins us with details of this shakeup. Joe?
Brian, Governor Little's office is calling the move a quote-unquote major change for his senior staff in cabinet. Little's budget chief, Alex Adams, is set to take over as the new director of health and welfare. In doing so, Adams, who you can see here, he'll be in charge of Idaho's largest state agency. That agency hosts one of the biggest budget items in the state in terms of attention and resources. That's Medicaid. The program sits at about $4.7 billion, and that's something that lawmakers have drawn attention to in recent years. Mr. Adams has significant experience working with lawmakers and presenting in the legislature's budgeting committee, JFAC. Should set up an interesting dynamic on the Medicaid topic, but Adams has clearly earned Little's trust with the appointment. Adams helped thread the needle on the massive House Bill 521 legislation, which was Governor Little's signature school funding legislation from this past year that we covered at length. And Adams is also educated for the job. He earned a Doctor of Pharmacy degree from the University of Toledo in Ohio and a Master of Public Health degree from Johns Hopkins University Bloomberg School of Public Health. In Adams' place as the administrator of the Department of Fiscal Management, you can call him Governor Little's budget chief, Lori Wolf will step into the position, and she has been on Little's staff for a long time as a director of operations since 2023. And what about Dean Cameron? Well, he was the interim director of the Department of Health and Welfare. He took over when Dave Jepson retired last year. And for Cameron, he will return to being director of the Department of Insurance. He was actually doing both for a time. And this will all formalize and happen on June 5th. That's when everyone will get their new movement and their new job titles. And Governor Little today gave a glowing endorsement for all the moves. So a big question had been who is going to lead the Department of Health and Welfare here in Idaho. It's an agency that has had a very fair share of controversy in recent years. It looks like Adams is a great fit. We will try to connect with him soon for an interview, Brian, but it's interesting in terms of the governor's cabinet and his senior staff. It is a large group of people, but when you have a person like Alex Adams moving from being the governor's budget chief to now working on the Department of Health and Welfare, it's a big change, and I'm interested to hear from the governor at some point what changes he's hoping that Alex Adams can accomplish there.
Well, maybe we can get those answers soon. Thank you very much, Joe.